got something to show you. How's that, Chandra? Isn't he gorgeous? This little rhino beetle. It was sitting at in my footwell. I'm just going to uncover my monitor so that I can see what you're seeing. Whoa, 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 sorry. How cool is this little guy? No, don't fall. Whoa. There we go. Hi, buddy. The little rhino horn on the top of it. One of the small 5, a rhino beetle. He's casually making his way along my hand. And of course we get all sorts of exciting things coming out after. No, we can't cut my sleeve. No. Oh, we're going. And we're gone. Hold on. Sorry, little guy. Girl. Here we go. No, sorry. I know you want to be in there, but you can't be. I'm sure I would want to be in there as well. It must be really nice and warm. A truly fantastic, almost prehistoric looking creature. All part of the same family as the dung beetles, and the same family as the strongest beetle in the world. Their equivalent strength is absolutely massive. If they were human-sized, they would be beyond our comprehension in terms of strength. You can see the little antenna working furiously. And each and every single one of these beetle species will be covered in mites that help to keep them clean, help to keep the bits of them moving and working, and the joints all working, because of course they've got all of these jointed leg and head parts and body parts. Where would you like to go, buddy? What would you like to do? You want to be let loose? They've all come out after the rain. And cleaning his feet a little bit, stretching out. Look. You can actually see the casing, the wing casing, starting to shift.
Hold him a bit further, I can get closer.
Bit further. Bit further, there we go. What you doing? Look at that. How cool is that? Stretching, cleaning. I'm hoping he's not preparing to deposit something on my hand, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I love watching the way that these beetles move, and I find that it's the same with all of them when they walk. Look at that. How double jointed his legs are, moving in every direction. But if you watch them walking, you can see just how well the 6 legs work together in tandem in order to propel the beetle forward. So what will happen is it will put, I've watched this many times in slow motion. Wow, I did not know their legs could bend that way. Wiping himself off. If you watch him as he walks, as he starts walking forward, and I'm going to put him on the dashboard cover in a moment, watch the way that he walks. So the 2 feet on the outside, the front one and the back one, will move forward whilst he pivots using the opposite side, and then he'll swap around. So he essentially walks one side at a time, but the front foot and the back foot move together, and then the middle foot. So the front foot and the back foot of one side will move at the same time as the middle foot on the other side. I hope you got all that. It sounds very complicated. It's not. I'll show you exactly what I mean in a slow motion video. I think I still have it. Melinda, while we look at our rhino beetle, you want to know what are the rest of the small 5. Okay, so we have the rhino beetle, we have the elephant shrew, which is a little rodent type creature that we hardly ever get to see actually, but of course the shrews with their extended upper lip to form almost what looks like a tiny elephant trunk. Here we go. So the elephant shrew, the ant lion, they form little pits underneath the surface of the soil, very powerful jaws that they then catch any ants or anything that falls in there. And we've got the leopard tortoise we see on a regular basis. What have I forgotten? Oh, and the buffalo weaver. The buffalo weaver is a type of bird. So one more time, it's the rhino beetle, the ant lion, the elephant shrew, the leopard tortoise, and the buffalo weaver are the small 5. And we've already got one. Perhaps we can try and see if we can't see another. I'm certain we're going to find a tortoise or two that's come out to play with these reins. What do you think, Mr. Beetle? Or Mrs. Sorry, shouldn't be. I don't actually know how to tell the difference between male and female with them. Let me just see if I can show you how he walks. Let's spread this cover out. Now, they're phenomenally strong. You can actually feel him pushing against me. There we go. Do you mind if I'm just gonna... No, I know you want to stay on my fingers. Let's go over to Byron. But I'm absolutely mesmerized by the movements and the entire design of this little beetle. It's almost like a living robot, the way that it moves and the double-jointed nature of its legs, and just everything about it is so perfectly designed. I think it's actually doing a little bit of drying off now. Remember how it was rolling its abdomen a little bit earlier? And while we've been sitting here watching it, just after, while Mfumo was doing a half-hearted roar, the wings started to poke out from the back, or started to poke out underneath the casing. And I think it might have been drying its wings. That was Jandre's suggestion, and I think he might be spot on. Drying off its wings after perhaps getting soaked on the drive back from Cheetah Plains. I know the feeling, little beetle. I know exactly how you feel. Everything about it is fascinating. Now, James, as far as I know, our Rhino Beetle's horn... Thank you for sending through your question, James. Sorry, I'm mesmerized. I can't stop watching it. And I don't think I've ever seen up close, or as up close, as Jandre's camera is able to get us. James, you want to know if its horn is for defense or for some other reason. As far as I know, it's used by the males in conflict with each other to fight over access to females, to fight over access to resources. But then I think females have it as well, so I'm actually not 100% sure if there's a secondary reason for it. You know, kind of in the way that, might be in the way that giraffe females have horns, well, ossicones, to be more specific. But I'll double check for you, James, and I'll get back to you on that. I'm going to ask Steph. And Steph, of course, is the king of the small things, and he knows almost everything there is to know about the little creatures out here. As far as I know, and I have seen them fighting each other before, it's used as a pushing method up against each other. So they're kind of like little miniature tanks, or Robot Wars, for any of you that have ever watched Robot Wars at one point in your life. They sort of go towards each other and try and use that horn as a battering ram and to flip each other over. I just love the grips on his feet as well. Those little protrusions that I can feel digging into my skin. Not sore. It just shows how stable he is in terms of gripping something. Look at that. He's amazing. A miracle of design. I want to try, I'm just going to turn him slightly. I'm going to try and get his head facing us. And let me just do that so that we can actually have a view of his face and his mouth parts, hopefully. We can try and see if we can see him. Look, he's shaped like a shovel almost, but with the horn protruding from the top. Michael, you want to know where the Rhino Beetle's eyes are. And that's honestly what I've been... Shabby's wiping his face. I know that feeling. It's exactly how I was feeling earlier. Now, Michael, I don't know exactly where they are on this particular type of beetle. I'm trying to see. My feeling is that they're in front of the horn, on the flattened side of the top of the head. No, don't do that. Let's turn you a little bit. Can you see eyes there? I can't tell if those are drops or if they're eyes sitting...
Two protrusions on the middle of the thorax there, and I don't know if that's what those bumps are.
Two protrusions. Yes, I see exactly what you mean.
They look like eyes, but I don't know if they're just pseudo eyes.
I think they're just pseudo eyes. I think the eyes are underneath the horn, in the front of the face there. Look how he's got two sets of antennae as well. Or at least he's got mouth parts. I don't know if those are mouth parts or antenna protruding. Look there. Can see them. Moving out. I don't know exactly where its eyes are. I want to try and get a little bit closer to investigate. Just to try and see. Oh, that helps, Chandra. Thank you. I'm sorry. Got to turn him again. He's determined not to let us look at his face. I think those are his eyes there at the base of the horn. Looks like he might have compound eyes, but they look like they might be simple. You can see, scrabbling for purchase, his foot can't grip on my fingernail. Keeps sliding off. Hyena. Can hear a hyena calling. Sounds like from Galago's shortcut. Looks like he's got two little hands in front of his face that he's waving around. He's having a little party. I think he's trying to orientate himself, or herself. I keep calling it a him. I don't know that it's a him. He is mesmerizing. It is mesmerizing. Okay. I think I'm going to deposit our lovely Rhino Beetle off to the side. I don't think he or she really wants to be in the vehicle with me. Can't tell if those are eyes or not. I think they might be. No idea. I'm going to have to go and do a closer examination of Rhino Beetle anatomy. Sorry, I was going cross-eyed trying to focus on this beetle. I'm going to jump out and pop him down outside, and then I'm going to go and look for the hyena that's calling. Okay, let's release you into the wild, little guy, or girl. I'm wearing Brent's rain jacket, which is very, very convenient. Okay. Pop you down here. Here you go. Bye-bye. He doesn't want to leave. There we go. Good luck. Let's go.